Hey, it's AstroKicks here, and I'm so happy to finally release this podcast. It's called AstroCast with Ant. I really hope you enjoy. Any feedback is much appreciated, and anyone you want to see on the podcast next, please comment down below. This video is sponsored by Astro Alerts and Blank Proxies, so make sure you check them out in the bio. Hello, welcome to AstroCast with Ants. It's me, AstroKicks. I've got a few guests with me, and today we're going to be chatting about sneakers. Introduce yourself.
I'm Ryan. I'm from Brighton, owner of the store.
I'm Johnny, also from Brighton. You'll find out more about me later.
Well, you know me as Shay.
The best night botter in the game.
Well,
let's get into it. We're in a beautiful store. There's loads of shoes behind me. There's some beautiful shoes. Tell us how you came to having a store from someone that wants to start selling sneakers. How you go to a store?
It's been a journey for sure.
Yeah.
Started on Depop, had a store down at Trafalgar Street. Now we're in the main store.
Yeah. I remember the other store. This store is definitely like a step up. It is crazy in here. If you're Brighton, definitely come down to this store. They've got a little bit of everything. Yeah.
What made you want to start your Trafalgar Street store?
Money, bro.
Yo, white shoes.
White shoes. It's just what evolved. I've been selling clothes on Depop for 5 years, and then just step by step grew into OGKICKS.
Yeah.
How does it get to this level though? Like,
Bro, 5 years of graft, man. It's been longer than 5 years, but I think we're still evolving. Every day we're getting better.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people have started either selling clothes or selling something else, and they've made the transition to selling shoes. That's what you've done. I think it works well for a lot of people. A lot of people don't just start with shoes, but it's definitely a good industry to get in. Well, let's move on. Johnny, how did you get into shoes?
Well, so first shoe I ever got was the Yeezy 750, the grey ones with the white sole. It was my 13th birthday. I saved up exactly £250, which was the retail, and entered one raffle for them. It was on end, and I won the raffle. I was so confused why I even had to enter a raffle.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what.
You're 13.
Yeah, and then I won the raffle. Shoes came, and weather was just terrible, so I just never wore them. Months passed, and then my mom was like, "I'll return them. They're ugly anyways." And that was all my money back then, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna return them." And I was into like gaming setups and stuff back then. So I checked the return date, and the return date expired. One goes, "Oh, okay, go on eBay, see how much money you'll lose." I go on eBay and I go for like 2.5, 3K. So I sold them then.
But that's the perfect way to start.
That
That
is
is
the
the perfect way to
What
start.
pens?
You know, the OGs Yeezy,
The
750s.
the hard ones.
Yeah, grey ones with the
Moon
white
rocks.
sole. No, the high ones. The grey ones with the white sole.
Okay.
Yeah, the first of Yeezy that came out. I have no idea what I was in. But then as we got lucky from every single raffle, like years to come.
What about you? How'd you get into it?
it's a bit of a journey. Well, I've always liked sneakers. You know, growing up, you're in school, you're in your Air Forces, you're wearing your flipping Adidas Superstars, all of that kind of stuff. So I always liked sneakers. But I remember the first time I was ever trying to go for raffle, flipping Sean Weatherspoon's 2018 times when I was like, yo, for the color block, and I was like, I have to have this sneaker, an Air Max and a 97. Give me that right now. And then after that, took it out. I was like, yo, what's going on, man? How comes I put my payment details in and I have to wait 15 minutes for me to get the shoe? I'm like, yo, what's going on here? And I was like, yeah, forget trying to go for these sneakers. And the Travis, it was the first Air Forces that came out. I tried to go for those. After I was like to my friend, yo, what's going on, man? How can I secure sneakers? You're just like, yeah, you can go do raffles, sneaker boy. And I was like, sounds interesting. Put me on. And my friends put me on. And it wasn't really until like the second pair of Travises were released, you know, with like I can't remember what they're called, man.
The one with the multiple colours.
Multiple colours. You can like take the kind of like those. When I saw those come out, I was like, yeah, sneaker button. I'm have to secure this pair. I took it anyway, but it was just a learning curve. Started out there, and then after that, just became a case of how can I actually guarantee that I'm getting shoes on a consistent basis. And after that, was a case of let me get all my sneaker box ready. Let me get the funds behind me. That's why I really started beginning.
Would you say that sneaker one back then was a lot easier? I mean, bots might not have been as good, but would you say it was a lot easier? Like less people were botting.
Yeah, from my perspective, it was quite easier because there was less demand for sneakers at that time, and people didn't less
Yeah.
people running, they didn't really understand the value that these shoes could actually attain. And it was the case of like for a Yeezy supply, for example, it was so easy to hit clips on that side.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually crazy back in the day. Kind of miss it.
I think that moves on to the big question which everyone asks in the sneaker industry. Is the industry saturated? Are there too many people buying and selling shoes? The amount of times people ask me this question is actually unreal.
Definitely not.
I think demand is growing at a rate the supply is not.
I mean, there's only a certain amount of stock. It sells out, so there's always going to be resale. You just got to get the right colorways.
Yeah.
A lot of people just sit on their stock as well.
Yeah.
Like, so all of you, man, like, we've got hundreds of pairs here. I'm sure you sit on stock. I know you sit on stock very well.
Yeah.
I think the pairs are off the market already, so
Yeah.
I just boost up the price of the pairs I do want to sell.
And I think you get a great example of what shoes sell because obviously being in the store, you've got a little bit of everything. What shoe do you think sells the best?
Dunk lows or mids.
Dunk lows and mids. I think.
Or fours.
Yeah,
But they're a bit more expensive. So
yeah. Well, I can see a lot of nice dunks in this place.
we try and keep them stocked.
As a store, it's different from what you sell. What would you sell the most of as a shoe?
Dunks, similar.
Yeah.
GS, Dunks, Pandas as well. Like 2020, 2021, GS and the Pandas were flying off shows like crazy.
I don't think people understand how easy it is to make money off GS dunks. For example, Pandas, you can take an L, okay, but if you were to enter every raffle they've done since like the past 2 years, you'd have at least hit one, and it's just double your money. And it might not be the same way that you've started where you made $2.5 grand, but doubling your money is 100% ROI. You do that 10 times, it's obviously a lot more money. And I think a lot of people watching sneakers that don't really understand it, don't understand the concept of ROI. I know you speak about it a lot, ROI. It's what you put down and what you get back is very important in this industry.
Yeah.
And I think you get a lot of it in the store. So you're paying resale for pairs and then selling them for even more. So it's crazy how much people will actually spend on sneakers. What would you say the shoe that you've sold for the most money in the store?
Probably the UNC University Blue ones.
The off-white ones. Yeah, they're crazy.
We've got the Dior's, but
I see them.
it's not
they're
really
up
our
there.
clientele.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You need a baller to come in.
If what size are they?
8.5.
If you want an 8.5 Dior Jordan 1, you know where to come. You know where to come. Yeah, but that's the thing. Shoes that are cheaper are often easier to sell. So a lot of people will always target Travis's because they're like, okay, I can make a grand quick. But Travis's will go down very fast. The shoe like the Panda is very stable. It's actually really easy to get.
If you know how to get it, I don't know. I think the Men Republic, they ain't gonna get this.
Okay, it's if you know what you're doing, it's easy to get it. And I'd say this to everyone: if you're not already and you want to make money, join a cook group.
Yeah, you can't.
Join a cook
you can't do it without a cook group.
I was reselling for about 6 months without a cook group. I joined the cook group, and my life literally.
That's what she's buying online, I think.
Yeah,
online or even in stores.
There is information.
Maybe not so much in Brighton. Maybe in like London and
London,
London,
Manchester,
yeah, exactly. Some of the bigger, because we don't get that many pairs in store.
And the staff are much more chilled out as well, so information doesn't really like get leaked like that. But in London, like
everyone's trying to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't camp out in London as well.
No, definitely not.
In Brighton, definitely you can camp out. It's quite fun, but here in London, you definitely cannot do.
Who camped out? There was a big queue the other day, and it was just a dead drop.
I was in that queue. I was in that queue. I completely forgot what it was.
Me too. But
yeah,
didn't research. Was it
the size dunk? The size dunk. Oh my god.
The restock.
Yeah, the restock. We queued out like.
Bro, I copped at 6 p.m.
You got there
in store. Right, 10 minutes before the store closed, I still copped. And they were like, how many pairs? Like, we got like 25 pairs there.
Yeah,
we had like 60 pairs.
We camped like 3-4 hours before store, so we got like 6
for 20 quid.
For 20 quid. For 20 quid. Yeah, for 20 quid. But things like Size put on their Instagram that they would do the first come first serve for that. Anyone could have got that type of knowledge. And yeah, okay, 20 quid for 4 hours is not great. But you went at 5.50.
And they were still there. They were sitting there the next day, I'm pretty sure.
I know, I actually remember I got the size 14. It was like this big.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Because it was good. I told them go. That's something that I actually find amazing. You buy massive shoes, they sell for a lot more than the new bay. The new bay is big sizes.
Is that what you did? What did you do with your yellow four?
Some of the bays aren't going for much, to be fair.
Yeah. So the Lightning 4s, I got on a size 15.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they didn't do too well after release. But I sold it for like 150 on top because on Alias you just put it like lowest ask, and it will take a while to sell. It won't sell as fast, but you make more profit. And I think the whole industry is changing, and we can see that obviously with different shoes being hyped and everything. But I think the new Bay size is not even
Maybe
size
for
6.
online, guys, but not in here.
And what size 6 you'd say is your favorite size?
No, I'm talking about 15.
Oh yeah, you're not getting
Stuck
15.
that forever. But
No, but online, because the online marketplace obviously got everyone.
It's good.
So, yeah.
I think there's a lot of potential as well. If you do hold pairs, then just checking random pairs 6 months down the line. Some of them pay out.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like,
For example, Gym Reds. Gym Red mid.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
they
were
were
mine.
Did
Them
they
red men.
No. Gym
Yeah,
Reds.
they were in JD for weeks.
Yeah, I've got
Those are
flashbacks
sick.
of those.
Oh, that shoe makes me want to cry.
See, it's about like you can't really look at the past because, like, for example,
Yeah.
Black Cats was sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gym Reds, a lot of people bought Gym Reds and didn't realize that Gym Reds were going to become something amazing. They just walked into a JD, saw a shoe they liked, bought it.
Remember we were
Me
in
and you, Foot Locker.
Locker.
Me and you,
Remember
Foot
that
Locker.
morning.
Yeah, we got like 20 pairs each,
Yeah.
full size run. I remember I sold them for like probably like a 5 or a 10 on top, and I was happy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're making good
Yeah.
money, and then
Like, we were selling for 125, and now we pay.
you pay 125.
I've probably paid more 130s, I think.
Yeah, now they're going for like 200, and that's another thing about sneakers. People hold. Me personally, I don't like to hold too long.
I think that's another good topic. Is are you supposed to hold or sell now? I think
With the current
especially with
market.
the bottles, it's just quick. There's
Yeah,
so many
I'm the
drops
same.
to make money on.
I'm the same,
You've
yeah.
got to have the
Yeah,
money to,
exactly.
to go.
Especially if you're doing mesh raffles where you're paying to enter. You need that quick capital back. So you're entering, selling. Whereas some people were making a lot more money buying, holding, and then selling. There's some shoes like I'm looking at the Court Purples over there, that the Dunks. Those were not doing too great. A few months later, and they've gone up like a significant amount. If you were to hold, it would have actually made you a lot more money. And people hitting.
But with that, it's ROI.
Yeah.
With that money you had 10k invested.
Yeah. Could
You
you?
could have flipped that a few more
I mean,
times.
I think you should only hold if you have really big capital.
Yeah.
Like you don't know at that point. Like you don't know what to do with it. Like,
Yeah.
you're entering all the raffles you can. You're botting all you can. You're at your full capacity.
I think that's an amazing tip for anyone that's just started or been starting for a little bit, but not too big in the industry.
to keep it moving.
Keep everything
Flip
flipping.
it. 100%.
Don't try hold because you saw someone online say this Jordan 4 in a year is going to be worth $1 million. For example, the Travis Lowe's, the reverse mockers, sell when you got them because you would have made a lot of money. And if you're not a big reseller, that type of money you need
Kickstarts you,
fast.
yeah.
It kickstarts you. You make an extra grand, that's an extra 10 shoes that you can then buy and make extra money on. So it's really about how you look at it. And I think starting off, the best tip I have for anyone, sell straight away. What tips do you have for anyone that's starting off?
I'll have to have a little think. But
Just buy the shoes. Like,
For
a
you,
lot
it'd
of
be
people-
bought.
Well, in terms of bot related,
Yeah.
just be a case of buy a lot of like releases. Like a lot of people when they're botting, they only tend to go for the high stuff. Like you say, they don't go for the little brick flips on the side.
Yeah.
Like
the
yesterday there was those triple pink dunks.
they're good.
I'm
Interested to see how low they're going to go.
I think they're gonna go very low.
Do you reckon?
But
That's
that's
the stock.
stock on Nike wasn't too bad.
Is
If
that
you-
4K?
Because
Yeah.
it's holding price. I'm
Yeah.
just waiting for it to go down, but it's holding.
Yeah.
You want to get pairs in.
I want to get a lot of pairs,
but
but there's none about. No one's really got
Yeah.
apart from a few in
JD dropped online about 4,000 pairs, and I'm really surprised that Nike only dropped the exact same amount. I expected
but-
Nike to have so many more pairs than JD because obviously it's Nike.
With Nike, GS stock is always so shit. Like, it's not. I feel like men's dunks, they'll have like 10k plus stock, but when it comes to GS, man, you may as well not even bother, man, because it's going to be like low stock on every single release.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also easier for them just to upload all their stock to retailers.
Yeah.
Like, they'll take them off.
That's another topic. Stores that just want to offload stock. There's a lot of shops, especially that people are buying, which I'm not going to mention, that you can easily get 100 pairs. Well, maybe now it's a bit
Well,
more
in store?
difficult.
Nah.
No, online you can definitely
Yeah,
buy.
maybe if you have access to their modules.
If you have access to the modules that they don't give to their members,
Yeah, yeah.
But
Obviously,
those
that's a
certain
different topic.
people, yeah, it's a completely different topic. But a lot of stores just want to get rid of their stock because Nike tells them, look, I'm giving you this many pairs, you need to sell it. So they don't care who's getting 10 or 100 pairs, it doesn't really matter. that's a completely different topic that we're not going to get into
Yeah,
today.
it's like there's this one guy who like used to work for Shopify. He's talked about how on certain Shopify sites, the stores they purposely turned off the bot protection so the bot people could actually take the stock.
Yeah, because it just helps them. If instead of having to filter through, oh, this person's entered 5 times, they just say, okay, you've won 5 times. You're helping us. You're getting rid of the shoes. And I personally don't agree with that. I think it's more fair if people are going to win. And we've seen it with Foot Locker, especially, and Crocs. They're with EQL. You know that.
Yeah,
where if you enter the same size and you don't win, you're more likely to win next time. And that I love because people were actually able to get their shoes. Because you have to also think about it. There's a lot of resellers and there's a lot of people that sneakerheads that love their sneakers. I think all of us can say that we love selling shoes, but I also love collecting them, and actually wearing them. So it's nice that some people can actually win because of new things like that. And I think seeing that more will definitely be good for everyone.
I mean, at the end of the day, you have to remember that they're like Foot Locker, Offspring, Nike, they're all a business. Like, they want to get their money, they want to make their profit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they actually care about who the stock goes to.
Yeah.
I think they just care about making their customers happy.
So certain stores you'll find in store they care so much, but online they don't care. In store,
but that's more. I think in store is more who's managing and who's running the shop.
Yeah.
But online it's like such a big.
Yeah, true. But the person in the store, you'll never find.
It's the managers. It's the managers who run it. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, down here, managers are like strict and everything.
Yeah.
But up in London, definitely, but they really don't care. They just want to make their money.
Yeah, but with store managers, I don't get it. Your job is to supply the shoes, man. I don't know why you're doing all this, stamping on boxes, writing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Bro, just give me the shoe.
Nah, you see,
it's all marketing shit.
Offspring, I respect them lots because of what they do. They do a lot of good things. I think they're one of the only last retailers that really care about where the shoe is going.
Yeah,
so
as well.
You'd be surprised.
But sometimes you're a bit mocking it a little bit by stamping on shoe boxes because I collect shoes. I like the shoe box. Don't step on it.
Yeah. But you'd be surprised that Offspring, one of the ones that backdoor quite a bit.
Yeah, the manager's definitely backdoor.
That's the topic for you, backdooring.
I mean,
you talk about it.
What questions want to know?
Well, how does someone? So backdooring is a term that a lot of people hear but don't actually understand how or what it is. They just hear backdooring. I'm gonna become rich.
Yeah, I mean it's not that easy.
There's lots of levels and there's lots.
It's always like it's that phrase of who you know, not what you know.
Exactly.
Definitely, 100%. I mean, anyone who wants to like get into backdooring, I'm saying my tips are just be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start off small. Like I know when we camp out here in Brighton or whatever.
Yeah.
We like buy the store managers like coffee or sausage rolls.
Yeah.
At
the end of the day,
let you get like 2 or 3 more pairs.
At the end of the day, they're human. You just got to be nice to them. They're human. And a lot of people have friends that work in JDs and they'll be like, oh, here's an extra pair. But there's different levels. That's the very low level. There's the much, much bigger level, which involves a lot of bulk selling and backdooring at a level which some people say is wrong for the sneaker industry.
Keeps it moving.
For example, trophy room. Any trophy room shoe doesn't exist. It does not exist. I think on Nike for trophy room Jordan 1s, there was 3 pairs. So there was 3 pairs in total. That includes every size. That is just ridiculous. So people were entering and automatically taking an L without even getting the results.
Yeah.
Where were the pairs? All backdoors?
All backdoors.
Yeah.
Yo, it was Michael Jordan second. Backdoor like
how many pairs?
People like Benjamin Kicks, man. They have like thousands of pairs, man.
Yeah,
flexing on the net as well.
Yeah, I mean it's a very niche market. The people I work with who do the backdooring, like they get hundreds of pairs, and I would sell a specific amount of pairs, and then I work on commission off of those. I have margins to meet. For example, what should we use? Oreo 4s. In total, we got about 400 pairs, I think.
That is ridiculous. Say that again so that they definitely heard that. 400 pounds.
Yeah, it's a bit. When I think about it, it's a bit silly. Yeah,
it is a bit.
Well,
that's very silly, man. That's probably like some stock, the normal stores.
Yeah, that's from multiple stores. That's backdooring.
That's backdooring at the absolute top level. I don't think it can get much higher.
Yeah, that's from years and years.
Yeah,
and years. Like
that relationship.
My boss, so it's me, him, his brother, and 2 of his cousins, and then me, lucky little guy. So he's been in the game for ages. He's quite old. He's like in his mid-30s. So he's been in it ages and ages and ages. Just knows people like too well.
Where are they from? US.
London, London.
Where are the pairs?
What, the pairs?
UK pairs.
Oh yeah, all London pairs. Yeah.
He's the guy we hate.
Peak, man.
That's the reason we're not. It's the reason they're not hitting at home because of you.
Yeah.
So if you want to hate someone, hate him. Send hate to him.
No, it took him forever to convince me they can't. Yeah, so we just get those, and then let's say out of those 400 pairs, he'll give me 80 to sell. And he goes, look, I have this margin to meet. You bring me this back. Anything else you can keep. And I work off commission as well. But
That was a great time with all the Oreos.
last summer was beautiful.
Yeah.
Last summer.
Yeah.
I think us three single-handedly took the Oreo stock.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, if you have that many pairs, like holding at that point, if you just do the maths, I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that
would
was
double
really
your
good
money.
results. The military blacks on tested and by
So
Too many of them.
this is the thing.
Military-
no, the prices are going up
Yeah,
already, bro.
definitely
Already,
going
even
up,
on
yeah.
bulk. It's
I'm holding like 30 pairs of them, man. They're a good.
Mate, I can't like. I hate holding. I held it for 1 week. I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to see my. Take my best.
This is the thing. This is the thing. My opinion on military black fours is too many people were like, "This is the next Oreo." And that will,
bro.
it.
In a year, mate, there's no chance it's not going to be almost. as
They're right
good as
now.
the
They're
Oreo.
such a wearable pair though. They're
That's what
really
I'm
good.
thinking,
Mate,
got
the
the
Oreos,
Oreos as
there's
well.
none about.
The Oreos don't exist. DS don't
Exactly,
exist.
but this is going to be the same in a year, man.
I don't.
They're
This,
already on bulk. They're already going up a lot.
Gee, these as well. These were at first release.
Full
These
grade.
are- These are first release.
They
but
went
they've
up a
got-
lot.
Yeah, when they first released,
Everything's
they're
gone
not
up.
going
Really,
up.
all fours. Like
certain shoes go up more, and this is time that I definitely announce this. This pair of shoes that I have down here, special box, beautiful box that I'm gonna be raffling for £1. So that means you can win the shoe for £1. And this is definitely one of my favorite shoes. And I think you could probably tell from the wrapping, but these are the Travis SBs. This is a beautiful shoe.
So fresh.
This is beautiful.
So
And the fact that someone is gonna win this for
Oh,
£1.
damn, real. This bit's hard.
That is
I
ridiculous.
just love
£1
that.
for a pair of shoes
all
like
the
this.
details on it.
It's-
You know.
This shoe, honestly, to me, is the best shoe ever made. The fact that you can cut the bottom of this part and it's a completely different shoe is ridiculous.
Terrible.
And right now,
Mate,
what,
let's,
what's market on these? Like
Probably like
2K,
2K
2K,
plus.
£2 for these.
2K plus.
When you put it in perspective, today's world, people are paying £2,000 for a pair of shoes. Do you think that's wrong, or do you think that's right?
depends how
Well,
much
you
money
got
you
bread.
got, bro.
Yeah, bread and it's
It
not a
depends.
problem.
It depends how much. Yeah, but
A lot of
I don't
people
think it's
nowadays
wrong,
have like
bro. A lot.
more people are more into retail. More people have money nowadays. I think like
yeah,
I think
There's
also more people are wearing them, so the people with the money are cool to spend,
yeah,
and they don't want the normal junk.
yeah.
They'll probably only buy.
Be
2K
different,
plus
yeah.
night.
You get a lot of the footballers and the celebrities coming to the store. I've seen it all over the Instagram. Make sure you check out their Instagram.
Check it out.
OGKICKS. They're splashing on shoes, and I think it's become more of a norm for people to wear shoes. So more people are getting into sneakers, which is definitely great, and it means the celebrities are definitely splashing a lot more. It's crazy. Like those Dior ones, one day they're gonna sell. It's gonna be what do you have them at?
6.5.
6.5
good
grand.
price.
It's a very good
now.
price.
Yeah, they have.
bro, I sold my loads for like 8 or 9.
Yeah. When
They used to go for 10, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, even more than that. I think 14.
Yeah, 14, 15.
When people
That's
ask
a really bad
investment, when people ask me what do you think's gonna happen to Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones, I think the exact same.
go down, yeah.
Yeah.
But I get it can't go down too much because the retail's quite high. But obviously they're like what, like 8 to 10K now, depending
Yeah.
on the colour. and
The only
size.
thing is I saw people win your ones. I didn't see people.
Yeah, literally.
No, the
No
only
one
people
got-
the only people I know that copped Air Force Ones, Louis Vuitton, they were botting and
All
they
the
checked
cancelled.
out. They checked out
It was
before it
Ganesh.
was even live.
Yeah,
That doesn't make
there
sense.
was this guy called Connor. He
Mm.
does. He put like on Twitter how he made like a bypass to get the pairs early before it was even live,
How
and
many did he
basically
get?
kept stock. No, it was like for a whole group, so they basically like took majority of the stock. I'm
Yeah.
probably thinking like 8% of the pairs on the site and LV were probably taken by them.
I know one
And then
person.
what do they do after
Yeah,
that? Do you know what I mean? They're like,
Well,
Made it
a
very-
very similar thing happened. I don't know if you saw on Twitter with the turtle doves, which were meant to.
Oh yeah,
release
that guy was
today.
capping. Man. That guy was capping.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. To
No,
me, it sounds.
This guy saying he made a bypass to somehow get turtle doves and
Bro,
take
the-
their entire stocks on non-release. That's definitely.
I
If
don't
you're,
know.
if
Look,
you're
that
doing something
proportion.
like that, it's like I've been quite quiet with the things I do. Obviously, you convince me to come here. But if you're doing something like that, you're not gonna tell people about that. It's
Yeah.
gonna annoy a lot of people.
Well, that's another topic. Do you think people cap in the industry?
100%.
100%. Yeah, so the amount of people that cap in this industry is ridiculous.
Resellers are probably the most toxic people I know.
100%. 100%. If you've ever been in a reseller group,
Nah,
No, online, but the in-store guys are calm.
Nah, online is the
I
worst.
think there's lit people in the
No, but the
industry.
in-store guys
in-
are online as well.
It's only like-minded individuals, and
Yeah.
we're all hungry.
in the
to
in-store
make
in
money.
Brighton, I don't know about everywhere else, but definitely in Brighton, every single person that goes to the store is a very sweet person. If you chat to them, they're nice. They'll be nice to everyone. I've seen people in store carrying 4 bags of shoes that will go and buy a homeless guy coffee and breakfast because they said we cook, so he's got to eat. But online, different story.
I feel like
You type hello in a Discord group chat, you're just gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get destroyed.
I feel like the difference between in-store and like reselling and like the online scene is the in-store people actually know you. So
Yeah.
you're dots. It's easy to be
Yeah.
online and
Yeah.
hide behind the phone screen and
Yeah.
chat shit.
But this
In real life,
it's
real
not
life,
even like
yeah.
it's
On
not even
Discord,
like
you
Instagram
can
or
like
anything.
anything. Like, we don't know you, we don't know your face.
Yeah.
You just see your little avatar. You can chat the most shit you want, and I'll never be able to find it.
Yeah, you
But
be like-
in-store, you
You
chat shit.
talk like some big man, you're like 12 years old.
Yeah, well, Discord,
Secretly, that's it.
Discord for me is the best app. I think the Discord and reselling has gone hand in hand. I think Discord, if you're starting out reselling, Discord is the most important thing that you can get. It is amazing. Any cook group. Me personally, Astro, I love Astro. I know you're an Astro. Bro doesn't need a cook group because look at the shop. But cook and cook groups give you everything that you'll need, and through Discord it is amazing. And Discord's grown so much in the past few years. I think in the future maybe Discord will take over Instagram, for example. But that's
That's
me-
a big
that's me-
statement,
that's me
man.
speculating. That's me speculating. But who
Instagram
knows?
big.
I throw big statements out.
My girl hates my Discord. I was on it 24/7.
That's it.
But
This
it's
is-
like, what you doing? Oh, looking at monitors, seeing everything. Oh, looking at info, chat, boom, boom. You don't even do nothing. That's
You don't even buy shit. No.
But you
You
gotta
could never go on there just for a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
piss
some of the
people
chat.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, Discord can be very useful for things like U-Sneakers, they'll post U-Sneakers and Astro, the two groups that I know that do it. They'll post live stock for shoes that are releasing. So on night, we knew what sizes to enter, what shoes.
That's a very
which is
big,
which is
very big.
so you can automatically be like, okay, a size 5 has got 500, size 5.5 has got 900. I'm also gonna enter the size 9.5.
Like, what I do, I always go for the second highest stock because people because everyone sees
Yeah.
the highest
Yeah.
stock. I'll go for that one. I'll go for the second highest.
Do you want to know what I do? And I'll tell everyone at home what I do when it comes to things like that, or even Yeezys or whatever. I will go for the most absurd size. So for those pink dunks, I only got size 3s.
Yeah, that's
I only,
for you.
I only got
It's cool
size.
to
I only
you.
got size 3s, and the thing is, they've still sold, and maybe the profit's £20-30 underneath, but it was a lot easier to get.
Yeah, you haven't making.
How many did you get?
Like anything, no, I think it was four, and then I got the.
Yeah, what's what? I saw the TikTok.
I got the younger kids as well. So this is another topic that is crazy. Do you think selling kids shoes is ethically wrong? I'm talking like
What do you
the
mean?
little baby toddler shoes.
Oh,
just
I've
a
never
few
gone
months
to
ago.
know. It's
You-
the parents. They,
Yeah.
they want it.
But has anyone ever come in here and been like, I want to buy my toddler?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the retailers, okay, are the real criminals because you know, like baby clothes and stuff. There's no VAT, yeah, but they still bump up the price. Like £50 for toddler shoes. I don't know.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people that are buying. So for me, I bought the younger kids dunks. I'm selling them for more than what I paid, and it's happened a lot in the past. I'll buy toddler pandas, and I'll pay £50 and I'll make like a tenner. And like that's good money on a £50 investment.
Yeah.
And it does feel a little bit wrong because like it's
Speak for yourself, man.
Money's money, man. They're not always going to pay.
Yeah, I know, but
It's like a
like,
little kid.
yeah, I know, but like you do feel a little bit bad because it is just like a child's. Like,
No,
no.
always kids
I
stuff.
put a little box that's this big in a big box. It just feels wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, a lot of people like I
I bought you
Yeah,
those panda.
a birthday present.
So I
Yeah.
bought this guy panda dunks, toddler ones, the little ones, so he puts it in his car. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You still got them?
Yeah. Man, I got someone else bought me a gift of like little Jordan 1 mids in my PC as well.
Yeah, that was George. Now shout out
Yeah.
George. Oh, guy. These are the Dior Jordan 1 highs. There were only 8,500 of these ever made, and these are going for around £7,000 right now. What do you think of these? Because me personally,
Alright.
me personally, I don't think they're worth it. Obviously,
No.
they're Dior.
Well, no sneakers
But-
worth that price.
That's a car right there.
I think sometimes there's certain pairs that could be worth that if there's sentimental value, like it was a 1 of 1 or whatever. But £7 I could never. What was the most you pay for a sneaker?
Retail.
That's
Maybe
honestly, I'm not
£1
gonna
on top.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what I've done now. I don't buy a shoe unless I'm paying retail because I don't see the point in paying more if I could get it for retail.
True. The way I look at it is, if I can't get a shoe, then do I really need it? Like, it's more of a case of
At the end of the day, we all got shoes.
I feel like the more shoes you have, the less.
Yeah, the more you have, the more shoes you have, and you don't need shoes. I think a lot of people forget that you do not need shoes. Okay, yeah, you need them to walk, but you don't need them. You don't need to have 10 pairs and have really expensive ones. It's cool to flex. You flex, and then it's a little bit like, oh, well, now I have these shoes.
I literally wear 2 pairs. I wear my all black Yeezy.
350.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Onyx ones.
No, the all black just with the little red writing.
Red.
Yeah,
Red.
red. Yeah. I just wear those all the time.
Yeah.
Ryan says me and those all the time.
Well, I think Yeezy is the most comfortable shoe. I don't think it is. Yeezy is the most comfortable shoe. I don't think anyone can argue against that.
I can
New Balance is
FBs,
pretty
man.
comfy, though.
I don't know. This is the thing. New
So-
Balance is
it's
it's
not
it's narrow feet. You got narrow feet. I got wide feet. I can't wear.
You don't know about Ultra Boost, mate. The ones where
Oh,
yeah,
no,
Ultra
I have 2 pairs of Ultra Boost.
I was on those heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
They used to be the shit.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, Adidas ruined Yeezy. They've done it with Yeezy Day. They released shoes without even telling Kanye, and they released shoes from years ago. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? They're ruining the brand because people.
But I think Yeezy is better now than it was a year ago.
I disagree. I think Yeezy was better.
I do.
For like actual sales, these slides, these
Yeah.
foams, bro, that's
But-
like
Numerous
that
colorways
whole
they just
thing,
keep pumping
man.
out.
Like the foams is
The
like lit.
The Yeezy secret is something sells out, they release it in a different color with more stock. That's just how it is.
Bro, what the Nike do though?
Yeah, but,
Basically the same thing.
I remember Yeezy slides being difficult to get to an extent. They were kind of hard. Now these Yeezy slides that dropped yesterday, the facts. If you wanted them, you could have got them.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when the V1s were out and I was hitting those, kind of was gassed and everyone was gassed and they're going for like £1,000, this and that.
Mm.
And then like V2 started to drop, and then when the triple whites dropped, I remember Kanye saying like, anyone who wants a pair of Yeezys will be able to get a pair for retail.
Yeah.
And I guess he did that, make that happen.
You can see that as a good thing, you can see that as a bad thing. Me personally, I think that's a bad thing. But someone who's not a reseller will see it as a good thing because you want a pair of shoes, you get it. At the end of the day, the reason you got into sneakers is because you actually like them and obviously you want them. Sometimes they're expensive like those ones, and sometimes they're cheap. But at the end of the day, you want the sneaker. So I don't know. What's the most expensive? Not most expensive. Yeah, the most expensive transaction you've done in this store. Someone buying.
Probably like, I don't know, 5 Gs.
What
What did they buy? Yeah.
Basuma. It was a couple shoes. It was when he bought the
Basuma?
UNC ones. Yeah.
Basuma is a big ball.
That's a multiple thing. He used
Yeah.
to come last year, he'd come in and just couple ranks every time.
We don't endorse his off-pitch activities, by the way.
Yeah.
What even went down in the end? Did he get done?
Nah, he hasn't been done. He still plays for come down the lane, but yeah.
Chelsea. Wrong day.
Alright, how did you get started?
I get
How
started.
about you?
I am a lockdown reseller, and I'm in the position I'm in now, and it's crazy to think that.
Was that when he started?
Yeah, lockdown.
Mm.
So I
I
got.
remember he was messaging me like, bro,
Yeah.
how you started?
I knew he resold, so I was like, oh, help me, and he was just like, go away.
I
Stop messaging me.
There's not much
You're so
I
annoying.
can help you with. 'Cause at that time, I wasn't in a cook group either.
Yeah.
Now, if someone says, "Oh, how would you get started?" This and that. Join a cook group.
If someone tells you how to get started, you're like, here's the Astro referral link.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing backdooring stuff. There's nothing I could actually help you with.
But you know how I started? It's so lucky. I got so lucky. So I was buying Supreme in 2020, which is probably the dumbest thing I could have done. And I was selling it for like £2 on top, and I was like, yeah, boy. But nah, and then I started watching American YouTubers, which is one thing I kind of don't recommend because America is very different to the UK, and
Same concept.
it's the same concept, but
Take it with a pinch of
Same
salt.
industry.
yeah, take it with a pinch of salt. And I was like, oh, sneakers. So I used to get me, my mum, my brothers, my dad, everyone on sneakers. And I remember once I hit, the University Red Lows. I hit them and I sold them for £100 on top, and then the rest is history. As soon as you sell that first shoe and you're like, I made that amount of money from doing nothing. I woke up 5 minutes before 8. entered the raffle, went back to sleep, woke up, had the shoes. 2 days they came, sold them to StockX, made £100.
Mate,
Like,
imagine me, I was 13, I made £2.5 by accident. Mate, I felt like Floyd Mayweather. 13 years old. 13 years old, that kind of money.
Yeah,
Just
it's
did
crazy.
that.
I
I
remember.
didn't even know what to do with it. By the way, I built the sickest gaming setup.
That's not really money. That's not really
Money
money.
well
But
spent.
you know what?
Money well spent.
Yeah.
Something I'll say that's very useful. If you're a gamer or you've already got a PC, that's insane.
Yeah, use it.
You make the transition to sneakers and you can make so much money. All my friends that have sick PCs from gaming, then transition to botting, they're laughing now. They're laughing.
Because usually you say to someone, how do you get into buying? Oh, you need this PC or you need to server this and that. Well, a lot of gamers like, no, I bought a PC for gaming, and then I was like, just start.
It's the same one.
Yeah, exactly. It was good enough for it. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. This is what people don't understand. If you're using something like U sneakers, which personally I would recommend to anyone as the first bought, and I think you would do the same. You don't need some Alienware fully PC. I use my laptop that's not very great, and I still hit.
Yeah.
It's
It
about
depends how much.
it,
stuff
yeah,
you
it
wanna
obviously
do.
depends. But if you listen to his videos where he tells you how to set up a server, that definitely helps. So check that out because I actually use that.
Yeah, I think servers are good as well because you can just go on your phone. and
Yeah,
access them as well.
exactly. There's things like remote PC. You can go on your phone and activate, put like
Start
touch stuff on
tasking
your.
and stuff,
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's so easy now. There's so many ways that you can make money selling shoes, and people don't really think about it. You've just got to find the way that works for you, and keep doing that. So you buy shoes from a store from resellers. So you're paying the highest prices, but probably making the highest margins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's you're the best friend of any reseller. Because
Message me.
Brian
the
doesn't
amount
money.
of
Yeah.
times I'll come in here and he'll just be like, yeah, take it, yeah, take it, and then he'll pay good prices. This is what people don't understand. He's the best friend of a reseller, and then if it comes to it, I've done this a few times. I know a lot of people do this. If you have a client, so you're trying to build a client base, and they say, I want a pair of Dunks in this size, but you're just starting off, so you don't have that exact size or that exact color. You find this guy who has it, you charge them £10 over what he's paying, and then you just sell it and do the little transaction. You just basically middleman it. You make money for yourself. It's really easy, and that's why I think sneaker stores are great because they good prices and you can help with finding clients.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan, I wanted to ask you is, how come you never stop buying? Like, how come you never wait to sell some stock?
That comes down to just being all in. So literally, I look at my bank. I'm like, okay, how much have we got to spend? Do you know what I mean? I'm all in, like 1,000,000%. You've seen downstairs.
Yeah,
But that's just the way I've been for.
It's
That's
crazy.
how I've come so far. As we were saying earlier, what's the tip you could be? It's just all in.
Yeah. I've been doing it properly.
The secret to getting rich is going broke. You need to buy
You
as
don't
many shoes.
need money in your bank.
You-
Do know
yeah,
what I mean?
you
There's
don't-
no point having.
I would rather have £0 in my bank, but have £10,000 worth of shoes that I can sell for more than have 10,000 in my bank. I think you would all say the same.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, I need at least £3 for a meal deal.
You know, I don't have a club of 350.
It's £4, but I know that's co-op.
Yeah, cops mocking it, loud cop. But that's what people don't understand. People think you've got to hoard the money. The power of money is being able to buy more. Because you're literally always buying. I've never come in here and you'd be like, I'm not buying.
Yeah.
Maybe
not
this
specific shoes.
yeah.
They don't sell well.
Yeah.
Like he bought one pair of Flaxes of me as a favour because
Yeah, because you bought it down,
friends,
but we're not
Yeah.
buying that.
yeah, but I got like a size 13 and he didn't want it.
Yeah.
They're brown.
I brought a pair of 16 Onyx and he just laughed at me. But
Did he
Yeah.
take them off you?
who?
No, to be fair, that's more of like a size 13, 14.
To be fair,
Yeah, but still, like you're obviously not going to buy literally everything.
No.
Sense. And if it's used and destroyed, obviously not.
Mm.
And have you another question, which is a very important question? What are your encounters with people scamming or selling fakes to you?
I think we're at the point where we do get the odd member public, but most of the people, we've got like a group of 50 to 100 people that just consistently sell.
Yeah.
So that's the key. I mean, it's experience. Right now, I could literally tell a fake from a real. It's really easy.
You can just smell
But
it.
also,
Smell it, no, yeah.
also knowing who you're getting off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like you've got such a close knit of great suppliers.
yeah,
And it's building, of course, but that's the key, I think.
yeah.
I think experience. That's
Yeah,
the key.
it's experience. Well, the problem with not the problem, but the difficulty with you doing it is there's no middleman. The shoe comes straight to you. Whereas if you're selling online, your pair's going to someone that's professionally authenticating it and everything. But you have essentially become the authenticator.
I completely agree. I think some of the guys in like StockX is like a lot less experienced than like a guy who runs a store. You know?
yeah.
So,
It's crazy.
Yeah, you can get to know it. Once you see it loads and loads of, like, I've been seeing these shoes for like 6-7 years. Like you get to know.
you just know.
Like you can know just from reading. I can look at it and just tell.
Yeah.
Well, people try to tell you fake.
of course, yeah.
And what you tell them? The shoe's fake.
No, honestly, it's a bit awkward. And so I'm really sorry, bro. It's just not right. But
Have you ever
it's
said,
not.
"Oh,
It's not that often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will it be?
legit checks come through?
Yeah. Good
You
legit
see the
checks.
things.
Will it be someone coming in that's like, oh yeah, got 10 pairs of Red Octobers and they're all fake, or will it be?
No, it'll just be like some guy who's got one pair of Cool Grey 4s and it's like bottom of Depop or something. It's mainly black cats. They're just like
There's so many things.
Black
like,
kittens.
at least 50% of the time they're fake.
Yeah.
The blue chilies, about 99.9%
Oh, but,
of people that are wearing
that
them
leather.
are fake.
Yeah.
Mainly girls. I'm not lying.
The pattern. You know that. Can you grab them? Man? I don't know if they're too high up. Those,
Yeah, you'll
Jordan
grab
ones.
them.
Bro, I'm really trying to go all the way there, man.
They're
It's
not.
gonna
Which
take
ones?
enough.
Go grab them. Go
It's-
grab
it's
them.
quite
Patent leather ones.
Those
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, the blue one. Left. Next to the white.
These?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have just said the UNCs.
Yeah. Dude, no, there was so many fake things. I remember these.
Mate, every single pair.
But it was kind of hard to tell these because compared to like a normal one, because a normal one,
It's
you know
leather.
the feel, the leather, this is that. It's a bit shiny. It's
I
weird.
thought it was just obsidian.
No, I think, yeah, they're
They're a
a
bit
bit
bright
bright
colour,
gloss.
Yeah.
I do like these.
Let me see those.
They're a bit shiny.
Yeah, literally on Depop, man, you'll find loads of people selling fakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
These-
feel like it's like the most fake shoe
Yeah.
I've
These
seen.
are by far
These
the
as well.
most fake sneakers.
These and Travis.
I've seen
Like,
these as well.
these-
A lot of these fake.
Yeah.
Like-
Oreos.
I don't even think they're nice. I really don't think they're nice.
Don't really dig patent leather.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
You're,
the shit
you're a
is
pattern
exactly-
leather
You
guy.
got the breads. Peyton breads, no?
I still want to.
Oh, the Yeezy.
Yeah, I
You
want
see-
them a couple of times.
he buys everything.
Not, yeah.
Nah, man, I love my 11s. Patent 11 on 11s. In the winter time, I like boots.
Everyone's gonna hate me for this. I don't like 11s.
11s
Yeah.
are
I
beautiful.
don't like 11s.
Never.
I don't like.
You man, I knew.
Every single silhouette looks hard
Yeah.
on someone.
Yeah.
You're
You gotta find
that
one
shoe
to put it on.
finds-
But I'm looking around now. I don't really see much 11s.
No, they don't sell.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
I love
11s,
But everyone's pretty basic. It's
Can't call the
dunks,
11s,
fours,
bread
it's
11s.
ones.
Yeah.
The odd threes you're getting alright. The odd five.
What do you lot think of threes? I think threes are
Oh.
gonna be the next big shoe.
Yeah.
100%. The core purple threes. I see the UNT threes over
Core
there.
purple threes.
No,
Yeah, they're alright.
I think they're good.
I
There's
like
a
the
lot
lime
of
greens. I like the patchwork.
these, the blue racers.
They're hard.
This shoe is also very nice. But I think threes have got a long way to come. They've got a long way to come. They need
I think
big,
the
they need a
UK
Travis
market.
Scott 3
I've only
and that's
sold-
it.
I've only sold ever 2 pairs of threes. It was like the ones with the.
You sold me some racing blues.
No, I didn't. I actually like
Someone did. Pro Direct.
Yeah.
I feel like the only good frees are the ones with collaborations. Like,
I'm on my
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm on
nah,
my-
they're different.
Those
They're
ones are
different.
so like,
So cool.
when I first bought them, the details.
That's them.
Yeah, those like the
Yeah.
details on it. It's actually so crazy.
Quality is
It's-
insane.
Honestly, when Nike make a good shoe now, it surprises everyone because the quality is so bad. But like a shoe like this quality is insane. And then some of the new, actually saying that the new Jordan Taxi highs,
They're
they're good quality.
retail side. Like
Yeah, but a lot of shoes, their quality is
Was
just
retail like 175?
165.
165.
Yeah, no, Foot Locker retail is 175.
They're really
have
nice.
inflated prices. Yeah, the leather's quite
The
nice.
leather's
as well.
nice,
very
yeah,
nice.
especially on the top.
It's a shame it's a Jordan.
If this shoe was released 3 years ago, it would be at
Do you remember,
least
do you remember
600
Bread
pounds.
Toes?
Like literally.
No, bro.
Mate, I had
money
those.
free, man. Money free. Man.
It surprised me.
Yeah,
The
the
Stage
leather's so
K is
golden,
really
man.
nice. They go for the
See, Bread Toes
same
released
exact
on
Yeah.
manual on size. Manual on size.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think the whole sneaker market needs reshaping because in my head there's no way that some dunks which are very very bad quality, yeah, the color blocking looks nice, whatever, are going for less than that Jordan. That Jordan is gonna, if you bought that and you wore it every day for the next year, that is gonna last for so much nicer than some of these new dunks. a lot of people just like the colours, but they're forgetting the quality. The quality of the shoes is very important in my opinion.
Bro, these dropped 2-3 years ago, man. 300, 400.
Oh,
Easy. After release,
Possibly.
easy, man. The quality of these,
quality.
man.
They kind of look like the Shatter Backboards.
Mate, they
But I
look
prefer them.
very, very similar.
Yeah, these are one of the nicest.
No, you can't compare those shadow ones. Silly.
Bro, you can compare them though, because they're
No,
Yeah,
looks
they're
wise.
the same
Yeah,
colour.
no, looks wise, yeah.
It's
Not
just
quality.
that. Yeah.
Shadow Backboards is different.
Nah, the
Yeah,
quality.
that bad balls.
It's
Yeah,
butter.